What is up, ladies and gentlemen? IRL Cookie Monster here with my long-awaited Thresh guide. Have my buddy Eclipse here. So real quickly, I'm going to run through the abilities here. So you always max Q on Thresh into your W. So the way it goes R is greater than Q, is greater than W, is greater than E. Now, my runes my masteries are wrong. I shouldn't have Deathfire Touch. I should have Thunderlords because I took Ignite. If you're going to play extremely aggressive, you do want to take Thunderlords for that extra burst of damage, and you want to take Ignite because if you take Thunderlords, you're going for an aggressive, less tanky kind of build, so you want to have that extra burst of damage from the Ignite. If you're not playing tanky, if you're not playing aggressive, you take Exhaust and you take Bond of Stone. And that's how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and run through the ability, show you all how it works. Just a basic guide right now, and then after that, we'll do stuff like flash hooks, predictions, stuff like that. So I got my buddy Eclipsed here down on this Lucian. So I'm going to make sure that he's ready. So I always quick cast everything, as you can see from my rune page here. So I quick cast everything, but while you're first learning Thresh, you want to make sure that you have the indicator. So this is going to hit him. If I stand right here, I should hit him. All right. So see how he's moving? Kind of want to predict it. So that's how the first hook. That's how the hook works from there. Now Lantern is just going to be right there. It allows your allies to take the lantern. There's that little indicator of time, how much time you have. Keep in mind though, if someone from the enemy team is standing on the lantern, your ally will not be able to grab it. So if that does happen, a good idea might be to walk up and to flay them off the lantern. So, for example, he's going to stand on the lantern. All right, hold on. Let me tell him right quick. So, when you throw out a lantern and someone stands on it to prevent them, what you can do is you can walk forward and flay them off it, or hook them off it, and then your ally will be able to grab the lantern. So that's that. So now we're going to go into the flay. All right. So the flay has two ways it can go. It can go this way, which drags them back, or this way, which pushes them away. So for example, if I were to come after him, I would flay him back into me. Now, if he were coming at me and I was low health, I would flay him away, and you'll see that here in a second here. So let's say he's coming at me. I don't want you to come at me. All right. So see what I mean right there. So that's kind of how the flay works. And then the box, what the box is going to do, the box is a very, very good tool. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put it in the maximum impact area, because the box gives a 99% slow, and that allows you to hit any kind of hooks you need to hook. Like if you drop the box and then you miss your hook, barring any flashes, if they're running and they don't flash and you miss your hook after the box, you should probably just uninstall. Just kidding. So I'm going to go back and get some mana here, and then we're going to go over the build path as I walk back to lane. So I took my cooldown boots here because I'm going to be doing some flash plays, so I want that. Generally, you have three options with your boots. You got Mobies, you got Swifties, and you got cooldown. For me, I play a very aggressive, very playmaking style of Thresh, which requires me to basically flash hook every time I have it up. So that reduced cooldown reduction, in addition to the summoner spell reduction at 15%. I don't have it on this mastery page, but you know, it'll give you like a 225 second or 255, which puts it at I don't know, like 3.5 minutes or something. So it's really good. So now that we got that down, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some predictions. All right. So for example, if you're chasing someone and they're running from you, and you see them. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna get into a call with him because it's easier to say that. So you'll hear him talk. Don't mind him, guys. He got second on our Attaq Online 25K tournament, so he's pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna talk so we can get this correctly done.
You should probably turn your auto attack move off.
All right, so you know how like if you're running from a Thresh and then they hook like.
Here, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. You'll be like here. I'll be walking towards this wall to dash over.
Okay. Are you gonna actually dash over?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so guys, if you're chasing him, so he's running. Now he's gonna go over. Well, look at that. Drop the lantern, drop the box, and your teammates could follow up. And if you have to take the kill, drop the ignite, and do that. It's always better to take a kill than lose a kill. And for example, now let's say he's running away from me, like I'm chasing him from the bot lane, and he sees the hook coming out and he dodges to the right. Boom, there you go. It's the prediction. And a good way to tell if they're going to dodge like that is just observing them in lane. Like, for example, a lot of AD carries, for example, if you're right here, if they're walking back to their turret and you're right here and you're going to go for the, here, I'll show you. Let these minions go fast. So you see that right here? You know how like if you're running, some AD carries will walk down? Eclipse.
Oh, you're talking to me. Okay,
you know how like if you're running and then someone throws a hook, you're going to dodge backwards?
Yeah.
All right, so do that. So for example, if I'm chasing him and he sees the hook coming out, generally he's going to go down because he doesn't want to walk in a straight line with a skill shot because that's how bronze noobs were taught how to play the game. All right, and we go back to some mana. So that's it's always a good opportunity. Sometimes you're going to get people who walk in a straight line. If you're in bronze, that's most likely what you're going to get. So just kind of observe during the first few minutes of the lane phase. Just kind of observe how the person plays. For example, during the first 2 to 7 minutes of the game, I throw out hooks, not expecting to hit them. And if I do hit them, great. We can go in, maybe get a kill. But I throw out the hooks because I want to see how the person dodges, and then I follow away because League of Legends players for the most part are creatures of habit. So if they're dodging down for skill shots, you can file that information away, and when it's a game-winning team fight and you throw a hook, just aim it downwards because generally, if they're doing something multiple times, it becomes muscle memory, and that's what they're going to do. So if you dodge downwards, well, guess where they're going. If they dodge downwards during all during lane phase, guess where they're probably going to dodge when you're like in mid game and stuff like that. That's right, down. So always kind of keep a notice on that, just to kind of see what you got. Now another thing here is, as you can see, I can't hit him through the minion wave. So this minion wave is too big for me to do it. It wouldn't be a smart idea to do it in a minion wave this big. But what you can do is, instead of trying to hit them through the minions, what you can do is you can hook onto a minion and then chase the person down. Like for example, these minions are gonna die. So you just stand behind a minion and I'll hook you, or I'll hook the minion and go. So for example, let's say he stands behind one of those caster minions. I obviously can't hit him through the minions. So what I'll do is I'll hook the minion and it'll be like, oh, it's safe to come up. Boom, there you go. Drop the box, ignite, and then now you got the drop your lantern. You know what I'm saying? And boom, there you go. You put that damage on him, and then he tries to 1v1 you and wins. Okay, yeah. Don't try not to solo 80 carries if you're a Thresh unless they're really low and have no summoner spells. Anyways, so that's kind of another tip is you can kind of throw your hook onto a minion and then use it to get yourself in a prime position for a flay. Now another thing is, generally when you flash, a flay has a better chance of landing than a hook. If you're confident, you can throw out the hook, but keep in mind that if someone has flash, flay is a better option because then you have that guaranteed hit or guaranteed burn of the flash. and my flash comes up here in 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So right now, while we wait for that to come up, we're just going to do a little bit of predictions. Just kind of, so right now I'm going to chase him down. He's going to run back to his turret, and he's going to do that thing I was talking about. He's not going to walk in a straight line. He's going to go down, and there you go. And then you hit him with the flay. That's your standard combo right there. Now let's say, for example, my AD carries are right. My AD carry is right there. Now I'm up here providing zone because his support is back. Now see how he's walking back and forth like that. Now he's going to walk downwards, and then you drop the lantern, go in, and then you flame. And then by that time, your AD carry, even though he's probably boosted, should be able to take the lantern, and you should be able to either get a kill or burn summoner spells. And see right here, I can just go ahead and hook over the wall. Okay, that was bad. But like I said, if I can't hit him through this huge-ass minion wave, I can just throw a hook into a minion and then use it to pull myself into the position to get a flay and a box. So keep that in mind, guys. You don't always have to use your hook to make the play. You can use your you don't always have to hook them. You can hook into a flay, and that'll give you just the same kind of stuff. So he dodged downward again. See what I mean? He's only dodging downwards. Well, that's because he's in the video. I know he dodges upwards more than downwards because I played against him in Attaq Online. Now, while I wait for my flash to come up, let's go ahead and talk about Attaq Online. If you play League of Legends, which if you're watching this video, you probably are, let me see how I'm going to explain this better. If you play League of Legends and you want to earn some money while doing so, a good way to do that is through Attaq Online. Now, Attaq Online is a automated tournament platform. After I'm done with this guide, I'll go ahead and go over what that is. Right now, I'm just going to go back really quickly and do this. Wow, this is a long video. So I'm gonna do this real quickly. Wait for once I get my flash up. This should be once I get my flash up, that last play will be the one that ends the video, and we'll go ahead and talk about Attaq Online, or that part of the video. But yeah, so back to the guide. We'll talk about Attaq Online later. Always want to max Q, because that's your best ability. Your bread and butter. That's what you use to make your plays. Keep in mind that Thresh is a playmaker support, so don't be, if your AD carries right here, don't be standing back here unless you think there's going to be a gank, and then you can lantern him out to safety. You're a playmaking and tanky support. You should be taking the damage and looking to set up plays. Like for example, if the lane looks like this, you shouldn't be right here going like, oh, I'm going to wait for them to come back. You should be like, I'm going to aggressively push up. Make sure you have wards, of course, but I'm going to aggressively push up and see if I can get any opportunities to get my AD carry fed. Thresh scales really well into the late game just because of his playmaking potential. So keep that in mind. You're not going to really be irrelevant. The box, the flay, and the hook are always going to be great things, as well as your lantern. So scaling should never be an issue for you. Now, for example, let me show you this. So, for example, watch this melee minion right here is gonna die. Have your AD carry focus it, and as it's dying, well, with more damage than what he died, but as it's dying, start winding up your hook, and it's a good way to catch people off guard. Because if you wind up your hook and the minion dies, there's less chance of a reaction time, because the cast time on a hook, I believe, is like 1 second. So the ability to kind of minimize that is always great. So for example, watch this. He's going to stand still. As it's winding up, okay, never mind. No. Okay, all right. Okay, so towers are weak as fuck. All right, so I have it now. So for example, I wind it up and boom, see, there's that thing, and now that's when you kind of go like that. Obviously my AD carry is not here because I don't have one, just like all my solo queue games, but I'm gonna get the kill anyways. Good night, GG, XD, nice heal.
I like how that wall is invisible.
Yeah.
I like how I painted it, and you're on the
and just so you remember guys, that Thresh Q hitbox sometimes is a little bit wonky. So if you do get a lucky hook, just realize that it's the hitbox and not because you're a god, unless your name's IRL Cookie Monster. But yeah, the hitbox is kind of wonky, but for the most part, it's kind of balanced, so it's not too bad. So, for example, so let me go ahead and go through the build, and then now that I have my flash up, I'll come back and we'll do a flash hook and then talk about Attaq Online. So, like I said, three types of boots. You got the Moby boots, you got the Swifty boots, and you got the cooldown reduction boots. I already have the cooldown reduction because I'm a playmaker. Like I said, it reduces your cooldown on your flash. Now there's two types of support items. You can get Face of the Mountain. Keep in mind that unlike other supports that use Face of the Mountain, Thresh's auto attack is a little. It's different in terms of the execute. Like for example, if you look here, the execute for the passive is 371 health. It's not going to work like that. Thresh is different than that, so you're going to have to last hit it. Maybe you'll get lucky, but you can't always rely on it because it is really weird. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, that's why Flay is nice, because it gives you that extra 45 to 100 magic damage, scaling, of course. So that is that. So now we're going to go into the river and do a flash hook. So I'll show you kind of what's going on there. You don't have to flash this one. It's just going to be, I'm going to be chasing you down and flash hook. Okay. So for example, let's say I'm chasing him. All right, you can start running. But I can't catch him with the hook right now. So what I want to do is okay, you're going, I'm too fast. All right, go down. Down the other way, down the river. So he's running and I can't catch him without flashing. So you flash and you hook. W, blah blah blah, ignite. Dubstep, awesome swag, 420 YOLO dunks, you know what I'm saying? And that's how that works. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this guide. Definitely trying to you should have backed.
I was trying
hopefully that gives you an idea. Now I'm going to go over the build and then we'll talk about Attaq Online. So standard build that I run usually for most games is boost of mobility into Ruby Sightstone, but I don't do Ruby Sightstone first, obviously, but I eventually get it. Face of the Mountain, Locket, Frozen Heart, and generally I get a ZZ Rot at the very end if I have some gold. Just be aware that support does not get the kind of money that AD or any other lane gets, so you really gotta budget your money. A standard back for me is I get whatever item I can that's part of my standard build, and then I always try and get a pink ward, and sometimes I'll get a health pot. I always even if I already have a pink ward on the map or a pink ward in my inventory, I always try and invest as much money into pink wards as I can, because vision on a playmaking support is absolutely key. And the reason why is because if you're playing someone who needs who has a wind-up time on their abilities, like Thresh with his Q, the less time someone has to react, the better. So if you're in a pink ward or bush, and someone is going to, for example, check the Baron Pit, and they don't see you because there's a pink ward and they have no vision, they have less time to react from a Q coming out of the bush than if it was warded. Then if it was warded, they can just walk and bait out the hook and then walk backwards. So vision's always key. Always pick up pink wards. Always get Sightstone. It really tilts me. I have a few friends that play Thresh that never go Sightstone, and it tilts me off the face of the earth. So make sure, save my life, don't tilt me. And so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about Attaq Online. So let me pull it up here, and I'll have my buddy Eclipse here kind of help me out here with this in a second.
I'm bothering you.
And then we also, the voice you just heard, his name is Tay Fluffy. He's a boosted ape, but he also plays Attaq Online, so we'll have him featured on this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and screen capture this. Give me 1 second here. How's it going, my boy Fluffs? How's it going, buddy?
Bothering you.
Pretty good. just finishing up this this Thresh guide slash AO kind of thing. So I'm going to do a screen capture here and drop this down and put this up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about this, and then I'll have Eclipse talk about the free and paid queues. Can you do that, Eclipse?
Sure.
All right. So this page you see right here is the Winter Series Invitational. Now, the Winter Series Invitational is something that will run from October to December, and the $10,000 tournament that it says right here that you see on your screen will happen probably sometime January or February, so just keep that in mind. Now, to qualify for the $10,000 invitational, you just need to get it in the top. Where is it? Right here. It should be here somewhere. For some reason doesn't want to say it here. Oh, okay, here we go. The top 53 players from the October leaderboard, November leaderboard, and the top 54 players from the December leaderboard will receive invites. So all you have to do is get into the top of the monthly leaderboard on one of these months in the top 53, and you get an invite to something that can earn you $150 for playing League of Legends. And then you can shove it in your mom's face and say, hey, I made more money than you in one day. What now? And then it'll be like, yeah, you can play games all day whenever you want. And there you go. Attaq Online just gave you the opportunity to be a stay-at-home gamer. So, thank them. All right. So this is the tournament structure, how it's going to be. There's going to be two flights or tiers of 16 teams. And it's going to be a single elimination. You're gonna queue up solo and get matched with teammates that are around your equal skill level. That puts you in a decent, balanced MMR comparable to your opponents. And then 16 teams, 2 flights. First place gets $450 per person. Second place, $250 per person, and third and fourth, $150 per person per flight. In addition to that, you get daily rewards for being at the top of the daily leaderboards, and we'll have Eclipse explain that in a second here. But as you can see, Thursday you get an extra $25 on top of whatever you get from the paid queues. $30 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's the daily rewards. And then weekly rewards, if you're at the top of the leaderboard, you get $75. Monthly rewards, you get $300 for first place. I believe Eclipse got first weekly, so he's going to get an extra $75 in addition to whatever he got from the $25,000 tournament that Attaq Online hosted Sunday the 23rd, in which his team placed second, and he got like $900 or something like that.
It was 800, so yeah.
800. All right. So now I'm gonna pull up my the tournaments right now, and then I'm gonna let Eclipse go over it. So I'm on the pay to play screen if you want to pull that up and then just talk about it, just like the times and how it works and stuff like that.
So every day there are 2 types of queue that are open. There's free to play queues, and then there's paid queues. Free queues on Thursdays go from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. And then 6 to 10 Central Time p.m. on Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday it is 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. Then paid queues open after free queues close. So it's 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Time for Thursday, 10 to 12 CST for Friday, Saturday. Sunday is 8 to 10. And it works the same way. You queue up solo, you get 4 other teammates that would equal out the teams in the tournament, then it's single elimination.
And it's and right now these tournaments are four teams. So the way it would work would be you against your first opponent, and then once you win that, you would be in the finals. So basically, it's a semifinals into finals. So if you're able to close out the game in about 30 minutes, you should be able to knock out a whole tournament in about an hour and 15 minutes, which gives you the most chance of topping the QP leaderboard. So, for example, during free queues, first place gets 7 QP per person. Second place gives you 5 QP, and third and fourth give you 1 QP. And then for paid queues work the same way in terms of QP, but there is a $4.40 entrance fee. And then if you win one game, so you're in the finals now, if you win that first game and you get second place, you get $5, so you get 60 cents for winning a game. But if you win and get first place, you get $11, which gives you $6.60 for playing a game, which you might not think is a lot, but if you're able to get 2 or 3 paid queues or 2 or 3 tournaments per paid queue, that adds up to like $18, $19 per day. If you're doing that 4 days a week, let me pull up my handy dandy calculator because math is hard. If you're getting approximately $20 per day in terms of your paid queue, if you're winning all your paid queues times 4 days, you're getting $80. And if you're winning all your paid queues, you're getting 7 QP per set of win, which means you're probably gonna be on the top of the leaderboard. Which, like I said, if you're on the top of the leaderboard, you're going to get these kind of rewards. So that $80 that you won for the week, if you're anywhere on this type of leaderboard, you get that extra thing. So if you're, let's say Thursday, you win first place, congratulations, you're going to get those $80 for all those, in addition to whatever the daily leaderboard is, and then it also stacks with weekly and monthly and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a referral link down in the description for you to sign up. If you do have any questions, you can respond in the comments. Once again, I appreciate everyone stopping by. Thank you, Eclipse, for helping me out here, buddy. Appreciate it. Fluffy, thanks for stopping by, my main man. Yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment, leave a like, thumbs up, subscribe. Thanks for AO for being a great tournament platform. There are other tournament platforms out there, but none that have done what Attaq Online has done for the League of Legends tournament platforms. Once again, guys, that is the end of this video. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully that helps you with the Thresh guide and a little bit about Attaq Online. Thank you very much. Hope to see you sometime during these times. You can also catch me streaming the games because I am an affiliate. You'll catch me streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.